Hello everyone, and now welcome to game number 2 in this series. So far, there we go. So far, well, I'm not going to spoil anything for you. Let's go ahead and just jump into this game number 2 as WFZ, has spawned as the red undead player here on the bottom right hand side of the map. On the top left, we have Th000 spawning as the blue human, and in this matchup, so far, things have been going pretty much as expected. Nothing too crazy, no new strategies, just some very, very solid gameplay and openings by both of these players. Now, I expect to see the Archmage make his way out relatively early and do a lot of creeping. We'll see if that will continue to be the case here, as we are now looking at what's going down over here on the bottom right-hand side. Tomb of Relics, Crypt, Altar of Darkness, Ziggurat, all in play, ready to go. Meanwhile, on the top left, you can see that the Archmage has already been started, and we should be getting some early footmen as well. Excuse me, as for some reason my left eye is really blurry and I can't really see out of it. And no, I don't have contacts. Okay, anyways, let's go ahead and figure out what's going to be happening here. You can see the scout tower is being placed down. We are going to be going into, I believe, an arcane tower early on to try and disrupt or prevent any of those skeletal minions from getting in a lot of harassment. Skeletal minions can cause a bit of problems, as we are looking at an Arubian tower come in as well to try and make sure that no footmen are able to easily run in and take down these acolytes. Death Knight picks up a Rod of Necromancy and is now off to the races, so to speak, as he's heading out across the map. Footman is going to spot this Death Knight, and wow, a little bit of harassment there, as the Death Knight was unable to walk around that footman. Meanwhile, back over here, we are going to see, yes, the Ogre Magi has been taken down. We are left with Ogre Warrior and a Troll Trapper. That little bit of delay may have just been enough for the Archmage to finish creeping here, as there is a Death Coil. Down goes one peasant. Long distance Death Coil right there. Meanwhile, coming back around, the Death Knight is on the board with some experience, but not very much. And he knows that he cannot, or he does not want to try and challenge this Footman Archmage Water Elemental combination. Meanwhile, the Footman did come back around, and it looks like the Death Knight, yes, does pick up some skeletal warriors and skeletal minions there. And the skeletal minions are now actually going to accidentally feed more experience to the Archmage. That's actually going to be a big problem, as the skeletal minions now run away. Is the Footman going to spot them? It looks like he will be able to spot them there. Oh, the Archmage still trying to catch up. Is it going to wake up? Oh, so close, as the skeletal minion is now just sitting right next to the creep camp, waiting to get attacked. And gives level 2, not controlling his units well enough, as we now see Militia now making their way over. Alright, Water Elemental now coming down. Alright, gonna go ahead and wake up the creep camps. There are a couple of purges, but the Water Elemental made sure to not attack right there. There is a Death Coil to take down another peasant, but you cannot really only be taking down peasants at this time. Human players know that they are most likely going to be losing some units, as the Death Knight does come in with a long distance kill steal there and get some experience, finally some significant experience on the board. Alright, the Death Knight still trying to wander around. This Null Overseer sitting at 340 hit points. You can see that the Crypt Fiend is right off over there. The Death Knight not going to be able to do very much of anything. What's happening here? Oh, is he going to perhaps try and take down the Water Elemental or some other of the lower hit point units? That is not the case, as the Null Overseer is still sitting at 124 hit points. And what is going on? Down over here, the Crypt Fiend is now trying to run away. The Death Knight does not get the experience, and I believe he did end up landing a Death Coil somewhere, but the Archmage gets the majority of the experience here. Manual of Health. Wow, my eye is really bothering me. A Manual of Health has been left behind. Archmage doesn't look like he's going to really be grabbing that at all. And it looks like finally we are going to be seeing some creeping by the Death Knight. But he has lost a significant lost a significant number of units early on. I believe he lost a Crypt Fiend, and that is just really, really hard play at this point. You can see that the ghouls are now trying to, or the ghouls are doing a good job absorbing a little bit of damage. The Death Knight also fighting on Blight, helping him regenerate hit points pretty easily here. It looks like, yes, another unit is going to get taken down, and the Null Brute is just running back and forth. It looks like he will get taken down, and the Death Knight does get the experience. He wanted to make sure that the Necropolis, or excuse me, the Halls of the Dead did not get that final shot in, thereby denying himself more experience. We are seeing at 36 over 36 for Th000. Meanwhile, WFZ is rather far behind. This is not going to be a good spot to be in at all, as the Archmage now goes after another skeletal minion there, getting some easy cleanup. So far, Human has just been in dominant control of this game, and it looks like, yes, he is going to continue to be in dominant control, as the Red Drake now trying to focus or take down this Archmage. However, double Water Elemental is going to be more than enough to handle it here. All right, in comes these Forest Troll Berserkers. This Red Drake will fall. Is the Death Knight going to perhaps come in with the steal? No, he is not. Tome of Agility and Boots of Quel'Thalas have been left behind, and the Death Knight has not been catching any lucky breaks whatsoever, but perhaps having the Lich will be a great turn of events. All right, Black Citadel now being upgraded. We are currently 6 minutes 30 seconds about through this game, and so far the Archmage has been in dominant control throughout. Still looking at those skeletal minions getting taken down really easily. All right, a Footman now finally going down here, as the Death Knight and the Lich get a little bit of extra experience, but so far Archmage is still ahead. What can the Death Knight really do to get back into this game? He needs to get his Slaughterhouse up and running. He needs to get some really, really good engagements, picking off those lower hit point Footmen. The Footmen only take a couple shots of focus fire from Crypt Fiends before they are very easy to take down. There is that Obsidian statue, and things are going to turn around a little bit in terms of momentum, but the expansion and towers are already being constructed by Th000. All right, let's take a look at this. The Death Knight taking a lot more damage than he would like. The Footmen still don't have defend, though, so this could actually be a big, big deal. All right, there's that level 2 Water Elemental up in the front. There's that Death Coil. He did get the kill there, as the Lich has to be extremely careful. There is a Frost Nova down, and all of those Footmen are currently now low on hit points, as they are now trying to run away. Are they going to run away in time? The Death Knight does move rather fast. One more shot. Oh, doesn't finish it off. It looks like that shot could kill it. And yes, it does go down. The Death Knight now sitting at level 2, still trying to give chase here. More Footmen coming in, and the Death Knight now catching these units a bit on the run. This is a huge, huge turnaround, as we now see the Footmen with defend. Lower hit point Crypt Fiend now being forced to back off. Death Knight does not have enough for a Death Coil, as we see the Footmen are trying to do a little bit of chasing here. All right, Footmen are chasing after these Crypt Fiends. The Crypt Fiends are now backing off, as the Troll Berserker gonna end up falling. Meanwhile, Mud Golem now coming across, and that Mud Golem taking a little bit of damage, as he was in the wrong place at the wrong time behind enemy lines. Death Knight now down to 190 hit points. Very bad news there. There is that Scroll of Town Portal, but this was a really, really good exchange by WFZ to get back into this game, but it may all be too little too late. 42 over 50 supply compared to 43 over 54, but the gold advantage is going to become very, very apparent shortly. Let's take a look. Goblin Laboratory down over here. Death Knight still sitting at level 2. Needs to call over or try to pull over these creep camps. There are some skeletal minions, and are we going to see an engagement? Lich is in the front, and here you go, going after those units. Meanwhile, off to the north, we are doing a bit of creeping as well. Archmage going to get to level 4. So level 4 Archmage compared to what should be a level 3 Death Knight and a level 2 Lich. If there is enough, yes, the Forest Troll Warlord is still right there. It should be enough to get them both over the hump. There we go. Health Stone has been dropped, and that Troll Berserker getting in a few free axes as these units are now all running back. All right, Panda is in play. Death Knight does have a fair bit of hit points, and now try to go after all these units. All right, Destroyer is in the air, and that Destroyer is just going to be so powerful at taking down all of these water elementals. There goes one water elemental, now going to turn around, try to fight back here a little bit. Skeletal Minion absorbing a bit of damage. The Death Knight and the Lich, I do not believe will level, as WFZ is gaining experience, while Th000 is now just a bit on the run. That Destroyer getting in some easy shots onto those footmen. However, the Archmage is attacking relatively quickly, and there you go. There's a pretty strong attack there. As you can see, more attacks still coming in. All right, going down after the footmen. However, that Destroyer is just a bit of a glutton for punishment, as it took a lot of damage from these units. All right, Death Knight now bringing up the front, and are we going to see a bit of an interception? Yes, we are. The Death Knight is right there trying to take down a Troll Berserker. Is the Troll Berserker going to go down? It looks like it could get taken down here at any moment. And look, yes, it does get taken down. Meanwhile, back off over here, the one Red Drake is actually getting in a lot of damage onto the Destroyer. The Crypt Fiends without web, no real way of taking that down there. And finally, the Red Drake does go down, giving a Sobi Mask to the Death Knight. Sobi Mask on the Death Knight does mean more Death Coils. Meanwhile, Water Elemental now coming in here with an Archmage by the two of them, and that is it. Black Citadel now continuing this push as the Tomb of Relics is suffering a lot of damage right now. All right, Destroyers have arrived. Going to go ahead and finish that off. Now going after that Archmage. Archmage taking a bit of damage as the Destroyer now needs to back off. Does not have enough Devour Magic still on cooldown to really regenerate any serious number of hit points. All right, there you go. You can see that the Water Elemental is still trying to push forward. The Destroyer now backing off. You can see a little bit of repairing, and the Destroyer is just sitting back enjoying this attack. There goes another Water Elemental, as we're now seeing a strong push inside the base. The problem is now we are going into triple Griffin Aviaries, and there is a whole bunch of towers. The towers are being constructed. There is level 2 masonry upgrade already, and these towers are just slowly getting pushed in. All right, there goes another peasant. This is looking to be a rather interesting fight so far. If the Crypt Fiends actually have web, that might be enough, as the Dragonhawk Riders do fall rather quickly to focus fire. However, one Crypt Fiend does get taken down here. The Death Knight not paying attention, or perhaps didn't care that one of them was low. All right, let's see what's coming back around. 4 Crypt Fiends coming back around here. Let's take one Death Knight, taking a little bit of the damage up front. Meanwhile, footmen are now running amok inside the space. If the Dragonhawk Riders get Cloud, that will pretty much be GG, as all of a sudden so much tower defense here. Your home field advantage with all of those towers are going to be all for naught, and all you're going to have is that Blight. All right, let's take a look at this. Archmage now looking to pull back here, and WFZ had made this close, but it looks like the Archmage is now ready to just try to put the final nail in the coffin here, trying to take down these units. All right, the Destroyer going to go ahead and take down the footmen. You can see more units coming in. The Dragonhawk Riders are now coming in as well, and the Destroyers are now backing off. Still, absolutely no Cloud yet. All right, no, I don't know if we have web, and that is going to be the big issue. If we have web, I believe WFZ is going to come out ahead in this. If he does not have web, then those Dragonhawk Riders are just going to be too much to handle, as the Crypt Fiends will then be able to attack them. All right, peasant after peasant is falling. All right, all these peasants are now down. The Paladin now running back around over here. It looks like we are going to go ahead and scroll a town portal to head back home, and the Paladin has fallen at level 1. Here's the engagement. There is a couple more webs down. The Death Knight now trying to chase after the Archmage. No, Archmage is too far away. There is web. The Griffins are now going to get focused down here. And what is happening? All of a sudden, the Militia now countering this attack back very strongly. Obsidian Statue in a bit of trouble. If the Obsidian Statues fall, though, because of the transition to Griffin, that could be a very different game. No more healing, as the Destroyers are now coming in to go after all of these units. All right, there is another web. Death Knight sitting at level 4. Getting very close, and it looks like another Death Coil takes down another Dragonhawk Rider there. Death Knight now sitting at level 5, and it looks like WFZ is going to be able to clean this up, and yes, there is the GG. WFZ taking this series 2-0. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.